Billy Meyer, contact #10, Wednesday, March 26, 1975, 3:20 p.m. Semjase says, 1. The time has come to talk about things which are very important in connection with the spiritual evolution of Earth humans. 2. For this reason, I do not wish to respond to any questions at this time, unless they relate directly to this discourse. Please understand. 3. The human bears a spirit that does not die nor sleep during the deepest sleep. It records all thoughts and motions. It informs the human whether his thoughts are correct or false if he has learned to pay attention. 4. The spirit within the human is the bearer of the creative realm, and every human has his own spirit. 5. It is incomprehensible that the human speaks of a heaven and of a kingdom of heaven within himself, rather than to merely say, creation, truth, knowledge, wisdom, spirit, consciousness and existence. 6. A human's yearning lies in the joy that remains, for the imperishable life, the permanent peace, the spiritual and consciousness-related wealth that never fades and lasts forever. 7. Heaven and earth will perish, but truth, knowledge, wisdom and spirit will never be changed, or perish. 8. The spirit and the consciousness are on the lookout for what is perfect, for harmony, for peace, cognition and realization, for knowledge, wisdom, truth and beauty, for love and for the true being, all of which are of absolute duration. 9. All of these lead to what forms the spiritual kingdom of wisdom. All are existing within what is creative. 10. All of these are here in existence, as a genius of all ingenuity, as a melody of all melodies, as ability of all abilities, as the highest creative principle, as wonder of all wonders. 11. The human may create wondrous worlds in a dream, just as creation consciously creates the worlds. 12. To the human, this capability arises from his consciousness, which is obtainable in existence within himself, in the same way that all wonders are available within himself. 13. He himself is the realm of heaven, the realm of what is creative. 14. That's why the terrestrial philosophers of old spoke about the human as a microcosm within a macrocosm, because everything that is included within the universe is included within the human. 15. The inner dimensions of the human are endless. 16. The image of creation, the spirit within him, the existence that is without dimension, it bears all dimensions within itself and, at the same time, transcends all dimensions. 17. The spirit is the wonder of all wonders, and all power emerges from it. 2:18. A wonder means using the spirit force in perfection. 19. The human, however, places a wonder into something for which he lacks all possibilities of a logical explanation. 20. If a human is happy, his happiness comes from within, because happiness is a self-created state, never is happiness a location. 21. Joy comes forth from the human's inner part, created by spiritual poise. 22. Therefore, everything comes from within. 23. The things that are humans who seemingly form the cause of happiness are only the external occasion to bring the happiness within the human expressing itself, if he has spiritually worked towards this. 24. But happiness is something that belongs to the inner being, and it is an inseparable characteristic of the spirit's existence. 25. Endless happiness and endless power are included in this existence. 26. Outwardly, the human may be old, but this is only a passing matter. 27. 50 years ago he wasn't, and in 50 years when his body is dead he will not be, because only the body may become old and infirm. 28. The spirit, however, remains forever young and suffers no symptoms of old age. 29. The old age, and also youth and infancy, and also sorrows, grief or problems, is something that passes, like it is the case with all the external conditions and experiences of the world. 30. What is lasting is the existence of the spirit, truth, knowledge, wisdom, reality. 31. What matters is to recognize and build them, because they only make the human free. 32. If the human recognizes the existence of his spirit, the old age is not harmful to him any longer. 33. No sorrows, no suffering, no problem, no changes and no ups and downs of life and of the surroundings, of the environment and the world may still throw him into grief. 34. Wisdom is an elemental, tremendous power. 35. Wisdom is light. 36. And wherever light shines, darkness and ignorance vanish. 37. But ignorance is the actual darkness, and it is overcome by the light of wisdom. 38. Wisdom is a characteristic of the existence of the spirit and the consciousness, and it bears within itself the qualities of happiness, truth, knowledge, balance, beauty, harmony and peace. 39. Wisdom is light. 40. However, wisdom is the characteristic of a human who has recognized the existence of his spirit and cooperates along with the spiritual laws. 41. Wisdom is using the spirit force. 42. Wisdom and spirit are two things that amount to one, in the same way as sunlight and the sun are two things. 43. The sunlight results from the heat of the sun, which she herself first has to generate through her processes. 44. Thus, there is also an all-creating existence in the universe that, on the strength of its force, creates forces that constantly and imperturbably follow and enliven the endless eons as truth, knowledge and wisdom, and, according to a given uniform guideline along certain creative laws. 45. This forceful existence, however, is creation. 46. And therefore, there is only one existence that rules throughout the universe, only one creation, only one truth, one knowledge and one wisdom, and that is synchronous and unchanging for all times. 347. The eternal truth is not subject to any variations and changes, and its laws must never be revised and adjusted to new times. 48. The spirit force is vital and dynamic, namely in such an amount as it embodies the wisdom within itself. 49. It is a sign of human weakness when religions and their false teachings are presented as instruments of what is creative, and when wisdom becomes unreal through this. 50. The human searches elsewhere for strength, freedom, joy and light, but not where they really may be found. 51. Wisdom is a distinguishing feature of creation that, as a fragment, inhabits the human as spirit. 52. Therefore, the human shall increase his knowledgeable wisdom, and he will recognize creation. 53. He shall increase his search for truth.